Party people in the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street. We're changing the games. Oh, how good it is to be back playing Starflight. Not only playing Starflight, but playing it at the normal time that I'm used to playing it on a Saturday afternoon. After a series of disruptions. Some of them, at least partially my fault. The time that there was a glass shattering incident, and then my Starflight time was consumed a few weeks back with sweeping up the shards of glass for hours because they went everywhere. And then there was a hurricane last week. That one wasn't my fault, although I should have canceled the stream instead of saying, if I don't have power back in time, I'll cancel it with a Wi-Fi hotspot. That didn't work out. The Wi-Fi hotspot my phone generated didn't have the juice to load anything. Couldn't get in to my Twitch schedule to cancel it. But here we are. We're back. It's happening. This is not a drill. So without any further ado, let's launch Starflight. Pressing play. And away we go. Alright, I'm going to play Starflight on EGA settings. EGA graphics here, of course. Oh, it's hideous. It's hideous and it's so loud. There. Hopefully that's not too loud for you. It'll be gone in a moment anyway. Let me know if there are any volume imbalances here. But for the most part, the volume we're going to get is my voice. Because there's not a ton of sound in Starflight. Okay, here we are. And always a little nervous, even just during the loading, but it loaded. Excellent. I know where we are quest-wise, because while some exciting stuff did happen during my brief early morning session a couple weeks ago, when I had all-day Saturday plans taking me away from what you really want to do. Sit alone. Speak out loud while playing a computer game. Socializing. But I did get some stuff done in that brief morning session, but it wasn't necessarily advancing towards the end game stuff. We did find the last remaining base on Earth and got to or at least base on Earth, and we got a bleak message. We found a second black egg, so that's cool. Redundancy in the quest is a good idea when you have a structure like this game structure. I think we're past the point of notices. I don't think we're getting any more notices. It is the 5th month, Arth month. So we got tons of time here to defeat the crystal planet, and I believe we will. I have the black egg, which I do believe is the explosive I need, and so the two missing objects are the crystal cone and the crystal egg. And the crystal egg is on, I believe, the planet Sphexi in Veloxy space. And we have the exact coordinates, not just of the star system and planet, but of on the planet where the crystal cone is. It's in the far top spin and outward corner of known space, or reachable space anyway. And that's in the sphere of influence of probably the Ulek, who I'm assuming are pretty bad dudes. So the big risk there, of course, is we try to go there and we get blown away. Don't worry, I backed up the save. Don't think I need to look at the trade depot, but I'll just remind myself, shape my ships in. Pretty good, but could be better. Class 5 engines and shields. That's actually really comforting. Our weapon systems are not great. But we have the most important weapon we're going to need. The black egg. Just, it's good to have those shields, because perhaps those will keep us alive if the Ulek attack, or maybe they won't. But the weapons could be a lot better. So, I have a choice to make. 2 priorities. I think we'll start with going to Veloxy space. Oh, you know what? I didn't look at one critical thing here. Current endurium. All right. Almost 150 cubic meters. That's great. So all we know is that Sphexi is a planet in Veloxy space. I don't have any hints about where it is. So there's 2 possible ways to find it. Well, more than two probably, but two obvious ways that could be the answer. One is just trawl through Veloxy space and look for it. My concern with that strategy, let me show you my concern with that strategy. Oops. There we go. If we bring up the map here, this circle is Veloxy space. There's a lot of stars in it. So crawling through is going to take a while. Another possibility, though, is that although we haven't yet been successful, we might be able to get more information out of the Veloxy through dialogue. They have not given me any hints that I captured in my mind and in my notes. Maybe they did, and I messed it up. Hopefully not. But they repeat themselves sometimes. So even if I have missed a hint, I could still pick it up. The big the big hope is that indeed they'll give me some kind of hint. But crawling through could also work. So I'm going to head up to Veloxy space. I have a lot of Endurium. Of course, every time we talk to the Veloxy, it's going to cost us 3 cubic meters. And maybe that'll create a crisis. I'll try to gather resources if I can find them while I'm there. If I get into a bad situation where it's just like, oh, my economy is borked now, we'll have to reload the save. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. And here's my first inkling. I'm going to go up to Veloxy space, and I'm going to look in the nebulas. Learn my lesson from the 4 seedlings catastrophe. All that time I spent on 4 clearly placed decoy stars that were not the 4 seedlings. So let's get down to it. Alright, as captain and science officer, but this is in my role as captain, I give the order to launch. Confirmed. Now, Sphexi, that's fitting. Bring up the little Codebox app that has never failed me except the one time that it failed me catastrophically and forced me to restart the entire game. But other than that, it's never let me down. Glowing disc. If it had been crystal orb or crystal egg, that would have been a real sign that everything's going to be okay. And then the minstrels. The minstrels are a lot of fun. They're neat, and I like them because I don't get the feeling they're going to play an important role in my beating the game. So it's just a cool thing to have out there flying around. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. There's some cool use for the minstrels, but I don't like this 4-digit number. But confirm. Okay. Yes. All right. It just let me go. It didn't say, are you sure? So we're probably okay. I've got a cat yowling, but it is not LUNCH time, and they both had water immediately. Abra. Yeah, no, their needs are met. I am not going to be guilted into going and checking on them just to find out that they're saying, hey, look, I'm here. Doing a thing that I like to do. Or probably I will be, but I'm going to resist for a little bit. Okay. To Veloxy space. Let me just look at the star map for a moment. To get to those nebulae, I think flying directly to them, to the nebula, is probably the way to go. So I'm just going to quickly note to myself. Oh wait, I can look at the in-game star map for that information. It'll actually be more helpful. All right. So let's get out of our home star system. And yeah, so it's this nebula that I want to see if it contains the planet Sphexi. So I'm looking around 168, 141. Might as well write that down. One sec, I should have grabbed a pencil. But I was tidying, so at least I knew where all the pencils were. They're all in the pencil spot. Go figure. It's one of those days where the things are where they belong. All right. Let's chart a course. Mr. Digzip, make it so. And away we go. All right, 168, 141. So let's go like this. We got motion. Possibly the Mechan, possibly the Veloxy. Either way, friendly, although if we meet the Veloxy, it is obnoxious in addition to being friendly. Well, here we are. We're making contact. Yeah, bruh. Okay. Yeah. Veloxy. So, let's respond. Be friendly. We gotta pay the fuel tax, which is always frustrating. Yes, I'm agreeing. I have the crystals. Okay. So, frustrating thing here is that it seems like themselves, the ancients, and general info could all wind up telling me something about Sphexi. But I'll ask them about themselves first. A few times. See what they say. Yep, Votipodox. That's great, but what about Sphexi? Got any other planets like Sphexi that you want to tell me about? Veloxy is worship queen and also ancients. Great ancestors of Veloxy, sacred planet of ancients is Sphexi. Let's try the ancients approach then. The most magnificent hexagon is, of course, assigned to Veloxy from ancients of holy number 6. Most perfect of all number, of course, Veloxy are 6 legs, the only race. This most magnificent hexagon thing. If we get to that nebula and there's a hexagon-shaped cluster of 6 star systems, I'll be very happy indeed. Okay, what do you got for me? What do you got for me? Ancients left Veloxy as prophecy of great egg. Very important, but certainly only telling to best friends. I am best friends with at least one Veloxy. Ask around, man. Okay, more about you. Tell me about Sphexi? Queen is communicating to all Veloxy drones through hive mind. In ancient day, was using focusing stone. Today is lost. Much the story. Well, maybe I guess if I found a focusing stone, I could talk to the queen and she would tell me. I don't know. Best questions and happily answering. Veloxy, ancient and prestige. Illustrious Veloxy Empire. You're the most civilized. Oh my goodness. These Veloxy. You gotta do a lot of just, holding your tongue when you're trying to be friendly to people this ridiculous and arrogant. Okay. Thinking we don't have any more information to receive about the ancients. What about general info? Enough the talking. Alright. Yeah, it was nice. For a given value of nice, talking to you. 168, 141. Away we go. They're all around me, though. We're going to be meeting more of them almost immediately. Oh, there's 141. Always messing up my XY. Into the nebula. Okay, are there stars in the nebula? Looks like no, unless it's right in the middle. Okay, well, can't say we didn't try. Now, back to the star map, there's one other little nebula that could also easily contain a very important star. If it doesn't, we're trawling. Maybe we'll make a hero run for the crystal cone just to generate some forward momentum and then get down to trawling. But okay, now I want to go to 141, 156. Heading back outward, but continuing our top spin journey. Getting into another conversation. Here we go. Touch base, be friendly. Boom. Will I pay your tax? Yes, I'll pay your damn tax. Okay. Let's see if this one might have different dialogue it can share about the ancients. If this one gives me the same ones and then is like, alright, I'm out of things to say. Yes, obviously you must be relatives of the ancients. You and no one else. Great egg at 192, 152. It's made by the ancients. 192, 152. Is that... Okay. Not sure, but I hope that's the crystal egg. 192, 152. Most magnificent hexagon. Yes, yes. Hexagons are great. The number 6. Very sacred. What do you know about these ancients? Alright. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you for telling me about this magnificent hexagon. But I am your best friend. Or wait, are you not the one I'm best friends with? I'm not saying I think you all look alike. Although in some ways you all do look exactly the same. Okay. I'm going to get back to hyperspace, pop up the star map to put things on hold here, and just remind myself if I've actually been to this 192, 152. Because that could have been a black egg, in which case, nothing much exciting with that. Okay. Consulting my notes first. 192, 152. 192, 152. Yeah, okay. Womp womp. That's not new information. Alright. Fingers crossed for this nebula then. Actually, I might as well verify for myself that 192, 152 was the black egg. Oh, 192, 152 is the dead star with the vibrating. It's the crystal planet itself. Is that what they call okay, maybe they think the great egg is the crystal planet. They do seem sanguine to an odd degree about the whole impending destruction of all things. 141 and 156. Leave us alone, friends. 141. Yeah, and 156. Egad. There's a lot of them being scanned. What's going on here? At any rate, let's hail them and be friendly. We're right in the heart of Veloxy space, so it's hopefully Veloxy. Is the fact that there's a lot of them an indication that they're important? Okay, this is Captain Zixiev. Yes, I'll pay your damn tax. Now, what can you tell me of the ancients? It's the same shit that all your friends tell me? That all your compatriots tell me? It would be great if it was something new. You just know nothing. Alright, what about yourselves? Yes, the exceptional grossness of your queen is acclaimed across the galaxy. All Veloxy are male drones except the queen. Yeah, I don't know about this whole killing all the other females when they hatch. But, I don't know. I'm not here to tell you how to run your society. It seems questionable to me. Infanticide in general. I don't want to... Oh, geez, yeah, who cares? You got to fertilize the queen. What do you need your head for anymore? you've peaked. Bloxy feeds the queen special jelly. She's very large, 2 kilometers long. Lives for 500 years. Amazing. But what about your planet Sphexi? Well, thanks for chatting. We're not learning anything from these fellows. Let's get out of here. Once more, remind myself, 141, 156. So I'm not lined up with this at all, am I? How did I get this so mixed up in my mind? 141, 156. It's because I cannot get, I don't know why. I cannot manage X and Y in my brain. Here we are. Star in the nebula? No. I guess it was too much to hope that it would be easy. Okay, to the star map. Alright, I'm going to look for a moment at my table here to remind myself. Okay. Hey, Abra. No, it's not time yet, sweetheart. But thank you for making sure that I have it in mind. 137, 156. I mean, why not? It's close to a nebula. There's no reason that means anything, but here we are. Slightly unstable. But who isn't in this economy? Alright, scrolling down, creating new spaces in my planet log. Now, I've got Veloxy closing in on me. 137, 156. Alright, let's explore. Whoops, let's explore. There we go. Alright. This, we'll start in, we'll explore our habitable options. Or potentially habitable options. It's looking wet down there. For the most part. As the science officer, I'll give her a scan. What do we got down there? No life. Low mineral density, although there's some valuable stuff down there. A good atmosphere, not a good hydrosphere. This is probably planet 3. So I'm going to go out on a limb. Platinum, lead, tungsten at a concentration of 18. And no life. Listen to this kitty. It's my fault. Daniela is very sentimental. It's a hard time saying no to the kitties. And extremely violent weather. Let's not. Also, this turned out to be planet 4. So I played myself. Or orbital position 4. Played myself by filling that out. Fix it up. Very good. Get my borders back. Very violent weather. Well, you know what? We love our Eloan crew members far too much to drag them to their deaths. In this case, where I do believe that there must be a better way to track down Sphexi. Like maybe the Eloan know about it. Maybe something. Maybe it's the Thrin that know the most about it. Feels like there needs to be a better way than just check every star. I don't know. So what do we got here? Ooh, this is probably planet 3, but I think I've learned my lesson there. Rhodnium, silver, platinum. And and at high concentration. So if we can land, we're landing, even if it doesn't serve any major purpose. Temperate to Inferno. Very, very low gravity down there. This is not a place that we'll be recommending for colonization, but it might be good for mining. So that's good. Orbit number 3, as hoped. Excellent. No life. Low grav. Let's do it. Let's land. Where should we land? Well, minerals are going to be concentrated at high elevations. British, hail! How are you on this? I always want to say like fine Saturday, as though somehow we were in the we have similar experiences of the weather. But how are you today? All right, safe landing. Let's get out there. After that one planet that kept locking up the game, whenever I tried to leave, I get very nervous when it doesn't quickly proceed past the sampling devices enabled part. Oh, excellent. What'd you have for dinner? Temperature, furnace. Very nice, delicious. This has been a frustrating week for me just because we started this tradition of slow cooker Sunday, and then the hurricane messed everything up because the produce, got picked clean everywhere, and so I didn't have a sweet potato for the thing I was planning to make. I didn't adapt. See, that's the thing, right? The kind of dish where you make a lot of it, it's a good meal now, and then it's more meals. I was missing that all week. So I'm really looking forward tomorrow to finally making the sweet potato chili that I meant to make last week. Well, if nothing else, we're stocking up on rodnium here. And rodnium is actually more valuable than platinum. Hey, squeaky girl. Silver. That's good too. All right. Yeah, this is the thing that I was talking about. Created a bad situation by letting Danielle giving Danielle the okay to give them lunch early because she can't emotionally bear the load of the cats imploring her while she refuses to indulge them. And now they're like, well, LUNCH time has been moved officially to 2:30, right? Well, no. I don't remember issuing that proclamation, but it's my own fault. Can't hold it against them. So I'll go take care of that in a moment. We're probably going to be full up even just trying to get this rodnium, right? Yeah. But we got as much as we could. Take it back to the lander. Transfer the cargo. Alright, this is already an economically successful mission, even if we haven't got any bead on the planet Sphexi yet. So that's nice. These are the two big goals for today. British are to trawl through Veloxy space to find the planet Sphexi, which should have the crystal egg, one of the 3 devices needed to defeat the crystal planet, and then make that run into distant Ulek space in the hopes of getting the crystal cone. And we'll get back to that in just a minute, gang. But as we can see, we have impatience here. Did you want some lunch? You want lunch? Yeah, she wants lunch. So hang tight, gang. I'll be right back. Okay, back in business. You adjust the camera there. Very nice. Okay, now, should I head out again? I think what I'm going to do here, instead of heading out immediately, is I'm going to pick a different landing site, do one last little search, and then fill my boots. Maybe find something, but probably not, like something important. And then that's 1 star down, and only... Should I do it to myself? I'm doing it. I'm gonna count the stars in Veloxy space. Oops, clicking in the wrong place. There we go. 1, 2. Wait, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Several of which I've already looked at. So that's comforting, I guess. Alright. This is the life I chose. It's true. We shouldn't disembark in space. I always get over my skis like that. Sorry, crew. Didn't mean to alarm you. Let's descend safely. Every time I look over here at my mildly annotated map and my big old spreadsheet of everything I found, I think about the fact that I was never a note taker as a gamer. And I started fitfully doing it when I was playing a couple of... I played Ultima Underworld and Ultima 4 last year before I started streaming here. And I did fitful but not very effective note taking. So when I took this thing on, put this show on the road, I decided I'm going to do it. I'm going to be a good note taker, and I'm not going to look at walkthroughs ever, and I'm going to beat these games by figuring them out because I'm a smart guy and I'm capable of doing it. And I've done it several times now. Ultima 5, Ultima 6, Star Control 2, Quest for Glory 1, although Quest for Glory 1, not super challenging. British, I'm aware of it. It's an Ultima 5 remake done in the Dungeon Siege engine. Am I getting that right? Yeah, so I've heard of it. And it's like absolutely the kind of, like, I've heard good things. And it's probably the kind of thing that I should learn more about at some point, because I do love that game. And while I have a hard time believing that it could be made better, I can still imagine it being pretty neat to play a loving remake of it. Have you played it? Well, if nothing else, at the end of this mission, the planet Earth is going to be thoroughly Rodneyated. Yeah, anyway, for all these games, I have developed the self-mastery to take careful notes, or not always as careful as they should be, but careful enough, and to figure out these things for myself, and very, very proud. And then when I started this summer, I decided to play Chrono Cross, a game I'd never touched at the time and hadn't caught up with since, but I'd heard a lot recently. It was really great. I decided to start doing Chrono Cross in the summer, and I have been. And if Chrono Cross interests anyone in the audience, I'm doing it on Wednesdays. I didn't take notes. And my logic was simple. I've never taken notes in a JRPG, and that's never really been a problem. That's not really what... JRPGs are not like Ultima 5. There's a lot more direction in most JRPGs. I thought, Chrono Cross isn't going to be like a saga game where it's all just like, whoa, figure it out for yourself, kids. So I thought, okay, this will be fine. Oh, what a fool I've been. And I realize now that Chrono Cross is in fact, and from talking to some other folks on the internet, and just people here in the chat and stuff, I realized Chrono Cross is actually notable for being a JRPG that does just, even when the main plot tells you what the next thing to do is, you got to figure out exactly how to do it. Where to go, which dimension to go to it in, which characters need to be with you if part of your huge cast, part of the reason for the huge cast is that one of the kind of, in the lieu of dialogue options and stuff, the way that you get this stuff done is by bringing the right people to trigger their reactions. And then key items and where to use the key items and all of this. It's a game that I really should have taken more notes on. Because 2 weeks ago, not this Wednesday just passed, but the Wednesday before, I ended the stream in a place called... Gaia's Navel, and I knew that the Green Dragon was there, but I didn't pay enough attention, or I didn't retain just the tiny bits of dialogue with the party member who joined in Gaia's Navel. So I didn't remember that she had said, the Green Dragon's sleeping, and if you made an uproar, you could probably wake him. So I wandered around not being sure what I'm supposed to do. But then when I went back and looked at it in between, I came into this Wednesday realizing, literally just run around and keep fighting, and eventually that's going to be enough of an uproar, and the dragon will just wake up. And that worked. And then I ended the episode stuck again, both in a side quest and in a main quest, except today, when I was editing some more videos to finally get them up on the YouTube channel. It's called 58 Dream Street, folks. Check it out. Not all the back issue, the back catalog is there, but it's getting there. When I was just getting those ready to put them up, I discovered, I had very clearly Veloxy in this system. That the happiness of seeing again the slightly disgusting alien friends. It's a much nicer form of thinking humans are hideous than when we exchange the dirty joke and laughing activity. Okay, hold on. You don't want to charge me a tax? Are you a special Veloxy who can tell me where the planet Sphexi is? Sphexi is the first planet at 132-165 star. Haha, I love you, man. 132-165. We are best friends. I just love you, man. I love you. I think this is supposed to be the same one who previously told me that I'm his best friend, and that's why he didn't charge me the tax. And he's man, that's great. That's great. That makes a lot of sense in terms of how to get the hint. Oh, and he tells me the prophecy because again, he trusts me. The other Veloxy just say, "Hey, there's a prophecy about this great egg." Makes it much clearer that the great egg is the crystal planet, and that's bad. I'm an honorary Veloxy. I'll have to change my name to instead of James. Man. Some general info, my dear friend. So many minerals finding on molten planet 149, 133. 149, 133, molten planet. Many minerals. Yeah, so in the course of editing my own Chrono Cross videos, I realized that I was only stuck in either of those things in the sense that I just... yes, of course. Of course, man. That's why you're my best friend. Because I consider you superior at all times to other people. That's what friendship is. But I gotta get out of here. We'll absolutely exchange dirty jokes next time we meet. But I got business to attend to. Really glad you came. It's always a pleasure to see you. I'm gonna get out of here and get out of the system. Bring up my star map, which is closest I have to a pause button, and then transfer those things that I just learned into my typed up thing here. All right. Sphexi is the first planet at star 132, 165. Very helpful. Molten planet at 149, 133 has many minerals. Not as helpful just because we're in pretty good economic shape, but still good to know. Okay. In other JRPG news, not on the stream yet, although I'm starting to think maybe I should suspend. It was on sale on the Switch eShop, so I got the most recent game in the Saga series, Saga Scarlet Grace. I've only messed around with it for a couple of hours, but it's friggin' terrific. I love the Saga games, or at least the ones that I've played. I've heard bad things about Unlimited Saga, so who knows? Maybe I'll play that someday and be disappointed. But the romancing sagas, the Final Fantasy Legends, as they called them when they brought them here, Saga Frontier, I've never played Saga Frontier 2, all very good games. And Saga Scarlet Grace is also excellent. Okay. 132, 165. Oh-ho. Well, yeah. You can definitely get a molten planet going pretty easy. Oh, look, and we're right there. We're so close. I would have, if I had decided to search in a circle out from here, I would have found it on my own. But it's more fun to find it while engaging with the game. And how it works. Oh, this might be called the small egg and not the crystal egg. The crystal orb, the small egg. Okay. Okay, so, yeah. No time to waste. Let's get there. 132, 165. Hopefully we don't anger the Veloxy too much by approaching this important planet. Won't anger our best friend, surely, but... Oh. X and Y, what do they even mean? Here we are. Yet another slightly unstable planet with a big ol' red star. Ah, of course. Okay. I'm going to respond. Hold on. Please don't open fire. I don't want to ruin our relationship. Oh. 2? Yes. Permission to orbit denied. Of course. Shields up. Arm weapons. Cloaking device is active. They've got their shields up, but... Oof. A direct hit there. Cloaking devices are working like a charm, though. Our targeting... Yeah. Not a lot of control over the targeting here, so I'm trying to fight this guy next to me with my lasers. Instead, I'm fighting far away with my missiles. Fortunately, again, the fact that they basically can't hit me because of my being largely invisible to them is working for the team. Oof. And as I say that, of course, I take a hit. But here we go. Okay. Lasers trained on this guy. Of course, I don't have strong lasers yet. Destroy it! You know, I don't know that there can't possibly be any, even of the most diehard Starflight fans can't have the view that Star Control 2 did combat worse than Starflight. I think it's entirely reasonable if some people have the view that they prefer Starflight to Star Control 2, even if they don't personally want to have, you know, Twitch-based action combat in their space exploration RPG. Another one down. Another one bites that dust. Boom. It's only a matter of time for you, man. You're in missile range. I can see you much better than you can see me. I'll be enjoying your leftover Endurium. Ha! Victory. Disarming the weapon. Dropping the shield. Collecting debris. Alright, things are coming together. This is my stuff, of course. I won't accidentally jettison any of it, I hope. Here we are. Boom. Let's take all 10. This is good. We're going to wind up... at worst case scenario, it's going to wind up that we didn't really spend too much fuel on this mission, despite paying the fuel tax multiple times. We might even come out ahead. Yeah, geez, this happened much faster than I thought. Maybe today's the day that we defeat the Crystal Planet, save the galaxy. That would be exciting, especially because I'm almost positive tomorrow's the day that I defeat Ad Avis and save Shapir and Rasir, become the hero of the... I'm assuming there's an eastward movement from the north, but at least in the south, whatever. The hero of another place and be on to the next Quest for Glory, but I might not go directly to Quest for Glory 3. If I open up 2 slots at once, that's exciting. New games. One of which will be Ultima 7, The Black Gate. But what will the other one be? I don't know yet, which is exciting. I've got a number of ideas. And one of those ideas would be a relatively short commitment. I very well might. Do you have a particular Ultima music in mind? Among other things that I'm excited for about Ultima 7 is to find out, both Ultima 6 and Ultima 7. I mean, Ultima 5 and Ultima 6 had good music. Oh ho! Oh! and you know, because you finally joined the Discord. I'm glad to hear that, British. And hey, anybody else who wants to swing by, join the Discord. We have a Discord. I do manage most, with the hurricane exception, to post notices related to when things are going to change or be disrupted in my schedule. And otherwise, we're mostly just hanging out, and Stupinski tells us when he's played some board games, and I post my thoughts after the stream, which usually, like with Chrono Cross, almost always amount to me going, oh, damn it. I forgot this thing, and now I realize what I should have done, and we'll get back on track next week. What am I doing? Debris, here we go. How are you today, Jimmy? Yeah, I suppose technically I could put the music on, but and I don't like the idea of having music on that is not is this just general weather, or is this, the very serious Fiona, Ian? Are you affected by Hurricane Ian there? All right, we're leaving here. Leaving this encounter, but we're not leaving here. Because we're right where we want to be. Okay, glad to hear. Because, I didn't think it was super likely that you were located in Florida. Because, that would be a different kind at this point of trying to stay dry, right? And I'd be very impressed that you'd made it out for the stream today. Again, an unidentified object. Okay. So killing them was not enough to get past them. That's disappointing. Be friendly. If they say 2, we'll see if saying no is the right answer. 25? No? 22? Yeah? Shields up, shields up. First I was like, why does it always give me a message to say that the lasers missed me? And then I realized it's because lasers always automatically hit normally. And obviously they always look like they're hitting. So the only way that I know that the lasers are missing me thanks to the cloaking device is that it's telling me. And I suppose that I'm not taking damage, but... We're taking some hits here, but our class 5 shields seem to be doing some work, as well as our class 4 armor. Landed some direct missile shots there. Probably these fights would be going quicker if I had better weapons, but the best offense is a good defense, as they say. Of course, they also say the exact opposite of that. But in this case, I do think that just the fact that they can't seem to beat me, no matter what they do, is in fact quite helpful to the cause. Oh, a thought occurs to me. if I'm forced to go through the interview again with the drones, if killing them doesn't just get me to Sphexi this time, I'm going to keep saying no and see if they eventually say 6. What if the password is 6? Because otherwise I can't think of a hint I've been given about which number would be the answer. Which is then disappointing because we're so close. I'd love to just have it be done. Wow. He's hardy. But not very good at tactics. Okay. Disarm. Shields down. I suppose it's the right thing to do to get all the extra fuel. That's a lot of picking up fuel, though. Yeah, Jimmy, we just got hit here in Nova Scotia by Hurricane Fiona last weekend, which worked out okay for me and for that matter, like for my city as a whole. Like we did get hit pretty hard here, but not as bad as we had been in the 2 previous big hurricanes to hit Nova Scotia in the 21st century. Even though this one was both bigger and more powerful. It was bigger than the big one, Hurricane Dorian, and more powerful than the powerful one, Hurricane Juan. But it didn't center on us. So like other parts of the province got it worse. I gotta go up to my a few weekends from now. I'm gonna have to cancel at least one stream, possibly the whole weekend of streams, to go up to my family's cottage for the annual close down for the winter. It's not a winterized cottage, but it sounds like it's going to be a real bleak. It's going to be a hard work version of closing down the cottage because there are a lot of trees down, and also it's just oh man, it's a real you can never go home again thing. How there's just less of the cottage in a sense as the trees go away, and of course the trees are a vital part of slowing the erosion of the cliff. That will eventually mean that there's actually no cottage. Sobering thought. Try to treasure every moment I can get up there at the family cottage, knowing that it cannot be forever. Nothing lasts forever, but perhaps especially not seaside cottages on soft, highly erodible cliffs. We do have a breakwater in there, breakwater wall, which my sister was saying, apparently a study of breakwater walls revealed that they are really bad for the neighboring part. They displace erosion rather than literally preventing it, which is a sad thought. We're protecting ourselves at the expense of our neighbors. Okay. Initiating orbital maneuver. Orbit established. Great. We don't have to crack the code. Oh, and then I left by mistake. Okay, I see what happened there. And now it's going to happen again, isn't it? No. That is probably a... Oh my goodness, I cannot get this right. Okay. Yeah, that's a whole other level of geoengineering that might be beyond our budget. I don't even think the breakwater wall would go in today. If it's a bone of contention. We don't need to get into it. The funding of the cottage has been a whole thing because it's more and more expensive to have, which is sad in its own right. Okay, so there's a special yellow spot here, but also it's nice to just see that there's not that much to explore here on the planet Sphexi. We're going to get that object. Down we go. Topography is a little more interesting than it might have looked at first glance. We landed safely, but did we land in the water? It doesn't matter. We don't like drown or anything if we landed in the water. Nope. Right here on the shore. It's clear. Oh, I did absolutely no due diligence before landing here, huh? I had every reason to be confident that things would be okay, but that still was that could have been embarrassing. Whoops. I'm not looking for cargo. I'm looking for the map. Do we see ancient ruins? Not yet. Well, we're on the southern part of this continent, so let's search south. Pull out. Head down. If only our best friend had really gone in for betraying the secrets of his people and had just been like, so, here are the coordinates. And the password to the vault is, I only tell you this because you're my best friend and I trust you. Turquoise oceans and black rock and dirt with fibrous carpet life form. Cool. Okay. The energy situation is actually not bad here, but might as well. This is new terrain. Might as well scan it and check it out. I'm getting the feeling. Oh, hey, life forms. Sphexi life forms. Is it angry? No, it's Cecil. A very large, graceful plant-like life form with a waxy, multicolored surface. Large, dish-shaped, multicolored flowers. Wait, we're being attacked? Possibly. Let's keep moving. Keep an eye on the energy. Doing some scans. Looking at the maps. What do we got? Ancient ruins, baby. We'll go east first. Then we'll go west. Free Injurium. Jeez. Biggest risk right now is to get weighed down with all this Injurium. Nah, we've actually got stuff that's even we've got lower value. We could even be ejecting Rodnium. Ooh, a bladed toy. I mean, that's cool, so we'll take it. It's not what we're here for, but we'll take it. Okay. I'll go get a scan new terrain. See if there are more ancient ruins in this area. Not seeing them. Head back eastward. 50% energy. But we're also not far at all. So I'm going to go eastward till I get a scan new terrain. Check the map again. You know what song I've had stuck in my head all week? Which I sometimes, you find out that you didn't actually know the name of a song. I'll Melt With You by Modern English. Which I always thought actually had a longer name that is the full hook line. Like I thought the name of the song was I'll Stop the World and Melt With You. But yeah, Danielle and I were watching Valley Girl on the early 80s teen comedy Nicolas Cage breakout role on the Criterion channel. And so it's been a new wave heavy week for me in general, but specifically that one song I can't stop. I'm walking around just singing it. I don't even know the lyrics to the verses, so it's a very limited amount of singing it. Alright, let's check the northern reaches. It could also obviously be on one of these islands. I'll try to land in the middle of the northern segment. Once again, didn't scan, but it's fine. It's Sphexi. Nothing bad can happen on the planet Sphexi. Unless this thing tries to kill us. But you know what? I choose to believe that every creature is my friend on planet Sphexi. Alright, we got nothing yet. Check north first. And then I'll go south after I've checked the northern reaches. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Nothing so far. We didn't finish Valley Girl. We said we'll watch it later, but it was leaving the channel on September 30th, so we failed at getting back to it. We didn't finish it. Now it's gone. I suppose I could probably pirate it somehow. At the same time, we were pretty far into the movie, and if I had to make a guess, I would say that the young lovers end up together. In the way that, you know, the lovers can end up together at the end of a teen movie, where it's like, okay, you know, they didn't necessarily get married, but at least they're gonna have some fun together in the next few months before one of them goes to university or something. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool movie. It wasn't like uproariously funny, but it had some funny moments. It had some funny lines, and it felt didn't even catch this on my whoops. Yeah. What else can we see from here? Oh, it's a standalone. Is it a standalone that holds the... No, it's not. Oh well. Moving south. Scanning again. It had a very naturalistic wouldn't quite be the word for it, but like it did feel very sincere. Like, for example, I mean, the movie's called Valley Girl, and obviously it's set in is it the San Fernandino Valley? The one that, you know, that valley slang comes from in California. And it like it does like have the slang. It might have even been part of what popularized the slang, but it's not like heavy-handed. It's not like when I'm reading Nikki's dialogue in Chrono Cross doing a Valley Boy. This is like rockin', but it's all there. Valley slang. So like for one thing, the interjection like Valley slang, like, oh my god. So that's one example. I'm so sure. Every time the main girl's dubious about something, she's like, "Oh, I'm sure. I'm so sure." A lot of what later just became kind of generic, you know, teen slang emanated out of teens in I think I think it's the San Fernandino Valley, but in California. So like later, yeah, y'all is interesting as slang because it is both like it has ties to, say, both urban culture through like hip hop and African American vernacular English, but then also it's got like the country music Southerner thing. Y'all come back now, you hear? Or versus, yo, what's up, y'all? It's kind of funny when you consider that, you know. Oh, a regular ruin. That's promising. No, don't do this to me. Okay. So that's how it is. Alright, that's fine. We're going to work this out. It's at 39 north, 12 east. Leaving and coming back, I think, should do it. My understanding from when I first encountered this and I tried to go around and read about it was that it's not a bug. Or it's a bug in the sense of an unintended consequence of a thing that they meant to put in, which was that after the first version of Starflight, because I don't think I'm playing version 1, the developers became concerned that they created a situation where players could just, because the resources aren't finite on any given planet. They were concerned they had set it up so that players could, just cheap out the economy by just finding one place with good stuff and just milking it. So they tried to counter that. Except I'm not trying to milk this planet. And now it's preventing me from doing quest necessary searching, which is irksome. But hopefully, I'm not sure if I have to leave orbit to reset it, but it has seemed possible to reset it. So one way or another, we're going to get it reset. 39 north. Come on, baby. No. Alright. Okay, then we'll try leaving orbit. Failing that, we'll try restarting the game. Failing that, and it's not the way I want to do it, but if I have to, I'll just restore the save and we'll just go straight to Sphexi. Hail, Stimpinski! How are you? Things are going real well here. I'll catch you up. I got the 2 last artifacts to find, and the big one, like I have the exact coordinates of the one that's in dangerous space. I haven't tried to make a run for that yet, but then I also had the vague clue that one of the other things I needed is on the planet Sphexi, which I knew was in Veloxy space, but that's all I knew. And I was flying around Veloxy space trying to, I kept talking to Veloxy and they would remind me that Sphexi existed, not tell me anything, and they would also be like, we have a prophecy about the Great Egg, but it's too important to share with you. And I was like, oh man. In fact, some of them said, unidentified object. I hope the Veloxy are not angry. Nope, they're still being friendly. Okay, I'm going to have to pay the tax. But I've also got so much freaking fuel. Maybe paying the tax will even convince the game that I'm not hoarding resources and let it take away the cargo bug. Oh, it's my best friend. That's awesome. Tell me about the other races, buddy. So anyway, the ones I was talking to kept being like, the prophecy is only for our best friends. Yeah, the Eloan and the Thrin. We really got to sit them down and have them hash their differences out at some point. Yeah, those Ulek. We got to go into their space. So anyway, I finally found the one that, because I kept being like, one of you told me I'm your best friend now. Where's that guy? Would he tell me where Sphexi is? And then, in fact, I ran into the best friend and I asked him about the ancients, and he was like, here's the coordinates of planet Sphexi. That's awesome. Ah, okay. Jeez, I should have asked him about this stuff too. My theory that maybe the probes could have been convinced by the number 6 would have worked, but also any multiple of 6. Makes sense. I love you, man. You're absolutely the coolest Veloxy I've ever met. You have great taste in friends. And I'm honored that you consider me an honorary Veloxy. Peace out. I do have to do some stuff here on your planet of importance. But we don't need to talk about what. Select site. Did you... I think you're a reference in the Discord, Stimpinski. Oh, I just got the Discord notification. So if you've already told me the tale in Discord and you don't want to type it up again, that's okay. I was going to ask if you got to run the encounter you were trying to come up with to throw all the sudden disabling effects at your players and then put them in a disorienting situation. Okay. Ah. So wait, the ruin's supposed to be just like right around here. Is it not on screen just because it's the scan? Where is it? 39 north, 12 east. Oh, Imps and Vampires in King's Bounty. That makes sense. Now I'm up to speed. Wait, where's the ruin? Damn it. Is it on the map? It's not even on the map. That's not promising. Okay, got some scans going. Hopefully the scans will make it appear. Disconcerting. This also just doesn't even look familiar. Like the shape of the land here. Be very unfortunate if that ruin was important and it's glitched out of existence. I'm gonna hope that's not what we're dealing with. That's the plan right now. Hope. Okay, let's go south some. I'm also chewing through energy since I keep driving in the water. Okay, back to the ship. Back to space for a moment. We'll land again. And we'll try it again. And away we go. So, what King's Bounty are you at now? Ooh. Actually, I'll take the food report first. Do you have any gyoza? I love gyoza. Descend in the general area again. Hope it works out this time. I know that feeling, Stimpinski. Because at some point soon I'll be finishing Chrono Cross. And there's no chance that I'm getting like anywhere close to side quest completion in that. And that's not because I haven't spent a fair bit of time poking around the margins of the game. Oh. This sacred hexagon of ancient ruins with a ruin in the middle of it. I think we've found it, team. So, and it works. Miso ramen, fantastic. can't weigh in on. I mean, I'm sure chicken udon is delicious. All right, we got it. We got the crystal orb. And I mean, might as well also take all this free fuel. Huh. How was that? Alright. We're never going to want for Endurium. But let's not be greedy. This is actually the sacred planet of our friends, the Veloxi. We don't have to take their claims of direct ancestry to the ancients seriously to respect their feelings. To at least some degree. Crystal orb. Check. In fact... Oh, I'm not keeping a checklist because it's only 3 things and I can remember. But picture a checklist and we check it off. Intriguing. I'm just opening a Google tab, search it with a search for butterfly tea, so that I read about it later. I'll be sad, not because I am particularly attached to butterflies, but if I find out that it's made of butterflies, then it's like, I don't think I'm allowed to have that. I think I've committed to not having tea made from butterflies. Okay, we're just gonna say, listen, hey, I love you too, buddy. I love you. Actually, I don't think this one's probably not my best friend, but you're a good guy. It's nothing personal. I'm just very excited. Heading back to Earth. Here we go. Ooh. Did the Japanese cheesecake have a flavor or was it a... Yes. Gotta have sake. I don't drink nearly... There was a time in my life when sake... It was a pretty brief time, but sake was like my go-to drink for a while. Now, less commonly. Usually only if I go to a Japanese restaurant. Like even, we get sushi takeout a whole lot here in this household. Home sweet home. That's kind of like I've had Japanese pancake treats, like imported pancake treats, and they were also like recognizably the same sort of thing as a pancake. You know, what I would call a pancake. And yet different. It's cool stuff. Okay. Things are going well. Let's sell stuff we can easily sell. Like the rhodnium. Not worried about... Is rhodnium a repair mineral? No. It's just the most valuable non-endurium mineral known to Arthians. So let's make a whole lot of money off that. Ramen has got a lot of college students through some tough times. I'm hesitating here because I'm so excited to watch the number go up. 84,000 to 119,000. Almost doubled my money just in rhodnium sales. And then just a bunch of repair minerals just in case I need them. So much fuel. Oh, and the value of it has gone up. There might be a notice about that. We haven't had a notice in a while. But first off, let's analyze the unknown objects. My money on the bladed is on the bladed toy being worthless, or at least useless. And probably both. Yep, didn't even pay for its own analysis. Oh well. Selling the bladed toy. And now let's analyze the crystal orb. Now, the analysis might just say, we're not sure what this does. But maybe it's really, really important to the end game, wink. Our guess is this is some device of the ancients. Beyond that, we can't tell. Well, my guess is that it nullifies the defenses of the crystal planet, the great egg of Veloxy prophecy. But that's just a guess. What do I know? I'm not here to tell. I'm not some big shot scientist. I shouldn't be getting out over my skis here. Notices. Eloan hermaphrodite seeks XB, STP, and VO for fun and companionship. Must be well-leaved and enjoy 4D, sensorama, and moon hopping. Send hologram. Oh, yes. No, I do know that restaurant ramen is a real thing. That isn't just like prepackaged ramen noodles that a college student would throw some water in. All right, so that's just a dating message. Interesting. Price of Injurium has once again been raised. It is now 2,000 monetary units per cubic meter for everyone but the Interstel corporate heads and their families. For them, there's a special reduced rate of 50 MU per cubic meter. All right, can we press pause on the Save the Galaxy mission to just start an uprising on Earth? Because that is... Yeah, it's October. Holy smokes. That snuck up on me. Speaking of my Criterion channel membership that I was talking about a few minutes ago, a lot of 80s horror, a big 30 80s horror movies coming. Just came out yesterday. And also we already made a little list of some horror movies that we're going to watch. The silent classic Vampire, and the Eyes Without a Face are the ones that I definitely know were there. But yeah, there's some in this thing that's coming in. We've got what do we got coming in? I mean, lots of things. There's some John Carpenter, obviously. Dario Argento's Inferno, which, like most Dario Argento movies, like, doesn't necessarily hold together great as a film from start to finish, but its set pieces are amazing. I've seen that before. I'd watch it again. I'm not sure if Danielle can handle it, but maybe we'll watch that. Okay. If I want better lasers, or do I want better missiles? I mean, probably I don't want to get too close to these Zulak if I'm forced to fight them. And I probably will be forced to. 120,000, and I can sell my class 3 for not anywhere near that, and then I'll have barely any money. First thing we're going to do is take a chance, see if we can make this run into Ulek space with our current loadout. Oh, British. I should jump in and help. Spooktober. What Stimpinski is just, October is the month when Halloween is. So the portmanteau of the word spook and the word October, it's the time of year when, if you're into horror movies, say for example, in my case, I like horror movies, I can actually cajole my girlfriend to watch them because it's seasonally appropriate. Whereas most of the year round, she does not want to watch a movie that is going to be scary. Okay, here's what we got to do. I'm going to save. And then I'm going to quit and then back up the saves so I can try to make this run into Ulek space, and if we get blown away, All right. Just going to back these files up really quickly. And we're getting back in there. Yeah, it has been a long time since I... like did a big I don't think I've had a Halloween costume in a number of years now. I have a complete Riddler costume that I probably still fit in, that I can break out if I'm invited to a fully on, I have a spray painted green bowler hat and everything. Yes, I'm sure we've all been terrified by our own beauty at one point or another. Okay. One moment here. Backups created. Relaunching. Ba-ba-ba-bum-bum-ba-bum. You've seen the difference and it's getting better all the time. Totally lost the key when the horrible Starflight song started playing. Please let me skip the song. Thank you. Loading game. Everything works just fine. One always hopes. The save files just fill me with nerves in this game. Okay. Now, to my spreadsheet for a moment, so I can write the word check next to the coordinates of the planet Sphexi. I'm glad that it worked out anyway, that I blasted the probes and got down there. It would have been nice, it would have felt great had I got that information about the passcode from my pal and used it and done it the right way, the non-violent way, but hey, it is what it is. Alright. Checking off the things that are check-offable. And then, okay, the planet at 198. So let's check this out. So 20 is easy, right? It's the second line. 198. It's going to be right in here. It's a long ways from Earth, but we got some fluxes that are going to help us out. So we want to get to, I'm going to call that, actually hold on. Okay, I want to get to this point, which is done. I'm going to call that 106, 138, in that vicinity. That's going to take us so that's going to take us right up to here, at which point we want to go to, I can just count this, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 63, comma 186. And that's going to take us in here, at which point I want to very quickly get to 10, 20, 34, comma 187. And then once through there, I want to, as quickly as possible, find that planet. Hopefully the ULEC aren't protecting it, but I'm going to wager I won't get that lucky. But let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can just do it right now in a hero's run. The galaxy is depending on us. The people of Earth, the people of Elan, whatever the main Thrin planet is called, Veluxotopia or something for the Veluxy, I can't remember. But listen, even the terrible ones, even the Spemen. We still don't want them to be vaporized by the crystal planet. I want to believe that peace can be achieved in the galaxy. And maybe it can be. And that'll be great. That's the goal. That's the dream. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Okay, the 4 seedlings. The artifact, the blue bauble, and the Ulek, appropriately enough. 84, 565. 84, 565. You see it, I see it. The numbers match. Probably wasn't super, it was probably fairly unlikely how badly I got messed up by what might be the only bug in the game. Okay, here we are. First goal, 106, 138. Mr. Dixit. The mission is launched. One more time for myself. 106, 138. We shoot outward and we shoot top spin. Ah! Let's just take that one back. Keep my eyes peeled so I don't accidentally dive into a flux. There's 106. And we're shooting top spin. Motion is detected, but we have really good engines. Closing in. There she is. Beautiful. Whoops. Turned around immediately. Came home. There we are. Unidentified object. Uh-oh. Can we talk? Can we be friends? Receiving. Captain, something very strange is happening. I'm receiving a message, but there doesn't seem to be any transmission. Well, let's respond friendly. It's a minstrel. Okay. That's not so bad. The next goal is 63, 186 when we get out of here. The virus spread life like burning fire. The sea of dread rose higher and higher. The crystal ones had to fight by causing suns to ignite. Self-defense, it is their right. Ooh, a snatch of the history of... I know you're not going to answer my question. From inward out the races flee, searching for a place to hide. Ever in a wave of war, and on the crest, the strongest ride. Okay, so we get a little bit of insight into why did the ancients create this horrible crystal planet? All right, 63, 186. Not far. There it is. So, didn't quite have it right. All right, here we are again. Star map to pause. 34, 187. It's not far. We can't even see ourselves in the original view window. There we are. And this is where we're heading. And there's another flux that's going to get us even closer. We're at great risk of Ulek encounter. 34, 187. There she is. Here we are. Star map one more time. Motion detected. And not the good kind of motion. 2198. We're so close. 2198. Yeah. Let's hold on. Let's hold out hope. of a peaceful encounter. Could be another minstrel, for all we know. This is strange. It's not hailing us. It's not scanning us. It's not attacking us. Mr. Tick said, we don't have time for this shit. Get us out of here. Maybe the Ulek are more peaceful than we've been given to understand. Ah! I'm not in the maneuver menu. But here we are. And then what planet? First planet. And there's no probe to guard it. There's no Ulek to guard it. What's the catch? It's too easy. I don't like anything that's this easy. There's no weather. Gravity's decent. There's some hot spots, but we're within a climate-controlled planetary lander. We need to land around 29 south, 55 west. South. Oh, so it's going to be on this island. Maybe? No. 29 south, 55 west. Is there going to be something in the water for the first time, or is there a tiny island that doesn't show up on the overall scanner? Did I write it down wrong? That'd be heartbreaking. No, there's nothing here. We're just landing in the ocean. It's going to be the first time there was ever something in the water. It'd be nice. The first time something appeared in the water. And it's the crystal cone. Alright, Mr. Tixip. Alright. In fact, to the whole crew, sorry if you were excited. Get some pictures. See what the carpet life forms or whatever look like on this planet. But we're getting the hell out of here. We're getting the hell out of Ulek space. 34-187 is our first stop. No, it's not. All right, before I leave, let me go back. I should have written down the one piece of information I'm sort of missing here. Like roughly 24-199. Okay. This is it. We got to make it back to Earth alive. That's what it's all about. 24-199. It's not far. Alright. And then course, obviously, I didn't actually write down any of the exit coordinates. I can probably just find it, but why don't we be precise? Okay. 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 The return home was not successful, but we know it's there. Let's restore those backups. And let's get back out there. What time is it? Oh, yeah. I got a real good feeling that today's the day we save the galaxy, which will be double great in that it will make this almost certainly a double victory weekend when I beat Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire tomorrow. Right. I suppose one thing I should probably have thought to do was raise the shields. Just in general. Obviously the Ulak are hostile. I'm not worried about offending them by having my shields up because they're not going to hail me. They're just going to try to kill me. Hideous. Hideous music. Okay. Boom. Here we are. Just going to go ahead and verify nothing's gone horribly wrong. Nope, this is where we were. Excellent. Let's go get that cone. In a more still being alive at the end way. Because that, when I think about what went wrong with our strategy before, it was definitely getting killed. So if we adjust our plan with the new objective of not being killed, we should be fine. I'm not going to try to fight the Ulak if I can help it. So if this fails a second time, I will go ahead and arm myself better. $85.50. Well, fitfully learning from... I mean, am I really learning from my mistakes if I'm literally just going back and trying the exact same thing with the strategy of not dying? Baby steps. Baby steps. I'm still a young man. I've got plenty of time to grow into a person who just full on would adjust his strategy. That's an excellent emoji. Based on an excellent meme. That I obviously reference constantly. So you know that I'm being sincere about liking that meme. Okay, 106, 138. But I'll shoot top spin a bit first so I don't accidentally go into that flux again. Will it be the minstrel again? Come to tell us the tale? Nope. Shields up. Weapons armed. It's a Spemin. It's not your day, Spemin. Cloaking devices up. Lasers engaged. You're destroyed. And it's the ultimate disrespect. Actually, disarm. It's the ultimate disrespect. Just getting out of here. I don't even care about your Endurium, you jerk. You know what? I don't know. But it occurs to me that what if there's some horrible shield reaction with the fluxes? It totally seems like a thing that could happen, right? Even if you're familiar with the game and you know that I'm wrong, you can see how it could be a thing. Okay, from here, 63, 186. Ish. From here, 34, 187. Ish. Well, yeah, you can learn from your mistakes as a chess grandmaster, or you can get down to brass tacks and just throw wild accusations of cheating. And keep our distance from this fella. You want to fire on me, buddy? I'm not going to give you the chance. Alright, hold on. Bring up my reminder. Okay. 2198. We're practically there. You know, Ulek. I mean, they don't know, because they're not going to talk to us to find out. But they're going to benefit from our actions here. So maybe they could be a little more circumspect in their random murder of me. So it is, wait, it's not written on the notepad beside me. It's over here. 29 south, 55 west. I wish I had found more minstrels that told me more about this virus before they were just like, so they had to make the crystal planet. It's not their fault. Don't blame them. They had no choice. But even that little snippet, it's intriguing. And like, you know, not see, there's the whole iceberg thing, right? That only, you know, you've got what you see and then you know that there's more, and that is tantalizing. It's a really cool story. I really like it. Very different in many ways from Star Control 2, obviously, even as they use similar storytelling methods and both lead towards destroying a planet-sized evil space station thing. But even the underlying story of the evil space station is much different. Okay, 24, 199. We can do this without meeting the Ulek. The terrible, terrible Ulek and their mighty, powerful missiles. If I do meet the Ulek, I will get those shields up before I try to flee. Because I think the shields are part of the initiation of the cloaking device. Well, I guess the cloaking device is probably more helpful for lasers. Anyway, okay, one more time. 24, 199. I got my star map. Yeah. It's right around here. Oh, I don't like this detection of motion. Here we go. Bye-bye, Ulek. Terrible knowing you. Just terrible knowing you. Alright, downspin from here. This is the big one. Alright, now we're in Spemin space with the lousy Spemin. But we're heading home. And quite frankly, it's not too hard to obliterate a Spemin. Are you a minstrel or a Spemin? Oh, neither. Hey, it's delightful to see you too, but I've just had enough of talking to the Veloxy, even my best friend. I got a galaxy to save here, pal. So you're gonna have to hang tight. We made it. We're home. Let's get this device analyzed. Although my money's on them not knowing what to do with it. And then save again. Because, like, what if I'm wrong that the black egg is the bomb we need? Or what if there's a sequence of, like, you know, you got to actually pull it off and I don't pull it off? Yeah, that crystal cone and crystal orb, extremely valuable. Significantly more so than the black egg, although we found 2 black eggs. So when you put the 2 black eggs together, same value. Okay. Get out of here. Curious if there's any more notices. See if the Eloan has had any dating luck. No new notices. No, don't need to hear again about the absurd and unjust privileges accorded to people's families because they're executives. The economy distorting special treatment. Okay, let's throw down save. It's coming. I've pressed the escape key. Here we go. Save the game. Game save complete. I'll press any key to exit. And here we are. Boom. Here's my stabilized saves. I have copied them. And I've pasted them. The 2 essential steps. All right. We need to use the washroom so that nothing's distracting me. There's no interruptions on this very important, very exciting mission. Hang tight, gang. We're going to save the galaxy. You excited? I'm excited. Let's do this. Okay. First step, relaunch the game. I've clicked the button. I pressed 1, I pressed 5, and return. Now I pressed Alt, enter. Waffle syrup! Hello! So glad that you made it. It's a momentous time. We're about to launch the mission to destroy the crystal planet. In pretty good order, took 2 hours to find the planet Sphexi and secure the crystal orb. Oh, Stimpinski. Always, always coming up with just the most offbeat interpretation of what the right thing to do is. Never change, buddy. Okay. Yeah, got the crystal cone, got the crystal orb, got the black egg. There should be all the 3 things we need. Maybe, maybe not. Also, I got to figure out how to cause all the right things to happen. With most of the objects, it seems to be just have the object, and then in the relevant situation, it will do the thing. But just in case, I will review here. Crystal orb nullifies the defenses. Hopefully that just means that the vibrations won't destroy us in the first place. That we'll have passive protection. Oh, I am the one who's going to cause the right thing to happen, British. The only remaining question is, how am I going to do that? Oh yeah, Stimpinski. I'm sure it won't actually be part of the game, but I do imagine, the ready to pick up debris message will be displayed for a lot of interstellar ships in system 192, 152. Because yeah, there's just going to be just ancient crystal shards just drifting all around. That because they'll be held in orbit by the dead star. All right, standing by to initiate launch. Waffle syrup. I also had major while editing videos for the YouTube and getting them published for the from the Chrono Cross Let's Play. Now that the crystal planet killed that one. It's all the crystal planet's fault. Well, that's the thing. Is the crystal planet is it targeting? Like, does it go to stars where it knows there is population and then flare them off? Or does it just to be safe, is it just flaring all the stars? Either way. Not great. Not a great device to just leave on autopilot while your own entire species goes extinct. Voti Putox. I was trying to remember what the name of the Veloxy capital was before, and that's what it is, obviously. We're not going to go there because the only thing you can do at a alien's home, I think, is fight them to the death. And I have no desire to fight the Veloxy to the death. 100232. Confirm? I confirm. All right, we're golden. Yeah, I was stuck in both the main quest and a side quest at the end of the day of the last Chrono Cross stream, Waffle Syrup, and turns out I was stuck in the sense of I had already known what to do but didn't remember because I did not realize. I realize now that the Chrono Cross has something akin with some of the classic PC games I've been playing in the sense that it really wants you to pay attention. Oops, didn't mean to dock. Oh, good, we did. Because of course there's a whole button press involved in docking. All right, here we go. 192, 152 I said? Yes, I did. You know what? I might as well look at the star map. Is there... Oh, we're way up there where the terrible Ulek were. $192, $152. So yeah, it's this blue star. That only takes 12 fuel with our highly efficient engines. We have so much fuel. Yeah, like it is like certainly Chrono Cross is a JRPG in a lot of notable ways, but especially around that time, and then developing even more and more going forward. A lot of JRPGs started like narrative-driven JRPGs were already pretty like more likely to direct you along than something like Chrono Cross, but than something like Ultima 5, for instance. But then at a certain point, like Final Fantasy X kind of famously. How's it the Mechan? Doesn't matter. I'm sorry, boys. Hey, Mechan 9. Yeah, there's a lot of strange stuff going on in the story, and then like in both the main quest and the subquests, often like in the main quest it'll tell you like here's the next thing to do, but even then it doesn't. It's not just go there and then the cutscene will start. Like you gotta put some thought in sometimes, which I appreciate. But zip through this nebulae. So there's two of them. 92. Try to avoid our Veloxy friends. So yeah, is it as simple as show up with the objects? We're about to find out. A stable post-flare system with a single planet. There's actually a horrible, evil space station. I am going to raise my shield. Not sure the shield does anything, even if the crystal orb doesn't automatically protect us here. Hold on. I suppose I might as well. I don't think there's a use option. It's the crystal cone. The crystal orb does the defenses, not the cone. The cone locates the controls. No, we will not be jettisoning it. Okay, there's no use. So hopefully it is used by the having of it. Let's find out. Moment of truth. It's not vibrating. All right, take my captain's hat off, put my science officer hat on. It has an atmosphere. Is that what the ancients breathed? Or is it just what's there for some reason? Who knows? Loads of Injurium, which makes sense. Analysis. It's pretty hot in there. Unknown surface, or unknown. But I bet that's a typo and not just a word I'm not familiar with. Okay. Land? I suppose I might as well, once again, check out Crystal Cone to locate controls. Yeah, there's no use it in any way. Now, it's possible that I can't land because I know there was a thing about teleporting in the records of the failed attempt. But that was a failed attempt. So hopefully... Ha! Well, let's select the site that seems to be indicated for us, quite possibly by our crystal cone. Odd design, if indeed the controls are just on the surface of the ship. Oh, hey. Down we go. It's exciting. Here we are. Clear weather. Makes sense. So, oh, some free Endurium. Not really what we're here for, but I'll grab it. But now I'm going to stop doing that. Because there's Endurium everywhere and we're not hurting for Endurium anyway. Somewhere around here are the controls. Is that just more Endurium on the map up here? Yes. Okay. Takes a lot of energy to travel around here. Gotta keep an eye on my energy. And my distance. We're okay for distance. Smooth and featureless is the surface of the planet. The temperature is furnace-like, but that's why we're in a climate-controlled planetary lander. Shoot a little bit west. I'll stay on the plane with my ship. Get a new scan zone. See what's up ahead. Looks like lots of free Endurium. If the crystal planet is literally made of Endurium, then there's definitely going to be a lot of careers made just working the old spaceship vacuum in the debris fields. All right, let's shoot east and see what we find. Nothing yet. I guess first I'm just going to do the cardinal directions. I did west to a decent degree at least. Let's do east. Just Endurium as far as the eye can see. Enough to power the spaceships of Interstellar, O Commander, until the end of time. That's a very deep-cut Canadiana reference. I might as well explain, since I don't think there are necessarily any Canadians watching. There are these, they're not like they were shown during commercial breaks. Heritage minutes were a big thing. Little short films, educational films, I guess you'd say. Just teaching about different important things in Canada's history. And, just like dramatizations, quick little tour. Hey, now you've learned something. Boom. Canada, Heritage Minute. And one of them is about, I think, John Cabot reporting back to the king about his discoveries around Newfoundland. And he says, "Fish, sire, that could feed the empire, oh sire, until the end of time." Which did not turn out to be true. Got a little bit out over his skis with that prediction. In fact, the enthusiasm of the prediction and how well it was received may have played a role in the reckless overfishing that ensured it wasn't true in the end. We also obviously have the option of popping back out and seeing if I can land, if I could have aimed my landing site better relative to where it was shining for me. Have I doomed the crew by going too far north? I don't think so. I think I'm going just fast enough. Actually, I don't think that. Oh no. Are there emergency power reserves in this thing? I can't remember. Nope. Okay. This is why we made a backup. Alright. Let's try it again. So I'll just close. Wait while the thing syncs. It's synced. Replace. Try it again with a much closer eye on our energy. Because I guess it's not surprising that the crystal planet causes poor efficiency. Here we go again. A punishment for my recklessness is having to hear the Starflight song. I actually, I would guess that the crystal planet would be pretty bad at exfoliating on account of its great smoothness, right? Boom. Here we are again. Once more. Into space. I'm just gonna look at the cargo just to verify that I am in the save that I mean to be in, and that we've got what we need. Crystal cone, crystal ore, black egg. Here we go. Photopotix once again, and the Velox suitably. Velox and Photopotix are already put in. I just got to replace crystal orb with shimmering ball. They're probably different sizes or something, but it seems like a crystal orb and a shimmering ball might be hard to tell apart if you had both of them in a bag together. 536992. Return. That's my code. Open those doors, baby. So what I'm thinking I might do to buy myself a little time on deciding for another game to commit to hard, I don't know. Because I'll have a whole week to think, and maybe I'll think of something I really know that I want to do. Like Live Alive is pretty tempting, that remaster. But then there are tons of classic PC games that I want to play. I've been meaning to do Pool of Radiance. Sword of Aragon. There's the temptation to just keep going, the Quest for Glory, but I gotta get Ultima 7, the Black Gate started. What I'm thinking I might do, at least for a couple of weeks here, is if anyone's familiar with the Adventures of Lolo games from the Nintendo Entertainment System or Famicom, called Eggerland, at least in Japan. Possibly if they were ever released in Europe, they used the original name, Eggerland. Who are we encountering right here by Arth? Probably the Mechan. Hey, Mechan 9. They're tile-pushing puzzle games. Like, I absolutely love them so much. So much so that, like, that Box Boy series that Hal... Yeah, in every room, you need to pick up all the heart framers. So there's little squares that are hearts. You have to pick those up and then get a treasure. And then also, the treasure destroys the enemies and opens the door, and you need to be able to get to the door. So if you push blocks around in a way that made it impossible to reach the door, you've doomed yourself. And I absolutely love those games. And I've only ever beaten the first one, and I've gotten very far in the other two, and I've never, ever, even as a young and much more easily tempted person, I've never bit the bullet and looked at a walkthrough when I was stuck on a puzzle. And I would love to actually beat them. So I was thinking, I'm like, that might be fun. And like, it's not like, you know, if I get to the end of Adventures of Lolo 2 and I'm like, I want to start Live Alive, or I want to start whatever, that like, it would be the end of the world to not immediately start Lolo 3. Although Lolo 3 is the best of the NES games. I haven't played any... Actually, I briefly played the never actually released in the West Windows 95 Eggerland or Lolo game, which I remember being pretty neat. I'm not sure if I could even find it and run it on a computer nowadays. But other than that, I've never played any of the Eggerland games besides the 3 that they put on the Nintendo Entertainment System. But they're Adventures of Lolo 1 is okay, 2 is pretty great, and 3 is just like, mwah. So that's a thought. All right, let's land. Yep, seems like that's where we're supposed to go. Let me try to aim better this time. There. I suppose that's the trick, right? If all the pixels are obscured, that should be as close as we can get to it. Because there doesn't seem to be... Star Control 2 had, you know, your landing is never exactly where you wanted it to be. I don't think that's a thing here. All right, disembarking. It's overcast. That's interesting that the artificial planet-sized space station has accrued an atmosphere. Or perhaps it was created with an atmosphere, for all I know. Alright. What do we got? Just loads of Injurium as far as the eye can see. Go a little teensy bit north until we get a... Well, yeah, but the slow decaying of the cheese, you know, the cheese smell wafting off, you know, naturally... Aha! Now it's clear. Okay, just gonna note to myself in case this goes bad again. It's 46 north, 45 east. I don't think we're supposed to be picturing a ruin here, but fair enough that they didn't design a whole new graphic just for a one-off thing here. Oh, sorry, not maps. Cargo? There's a message. That's exciting. Log entry 88332. This thing's been going for over a millennium. Commander McConnell, entry 1. Oh no, it's been going even longer. Obviously, the ancients are very ancient, and this is okay. I've successfully teleported to the crystal planet. I'm dizzy and have experienced a profound sense of disorientation, but other than that, I seem to be fine. The control nexus is visible from here. Press the key. Can we continue? Entry 2. It would seem that The electromagnetic field around the crystal planet is, in fact, blocking communications, since it has been an hour and I've still received no transmission from Crystal Base 1. It's getting bleak. Entry 2 continued. I'm therefore writing in this log as planned and will attempt to find a safe place for it before the explosion. Entry 3. I have reached the control center and have set the charges. It appears to be a massive ruin of the ancients. The queer crystalline lumps of Endurium are everywhere here. Well, there's gonna be an explosion. I don't know if this is the crew nobly sacrificed themselves story, or if it's a we're gonna get away story. Certainly, I don't think Commander McConnell either sacrificed himself or got away. I think he just died. Entry 4. I just had an astounding experience. I can hardly believe it, but I seem to have made telepathic contact with the ancients. They are here, on the crystal planet, controlling it. Entry 4 continued. I wish there was some way for me to communicate what I have found. The explosion is set for T-minus 40 minutes. In the event that the crystal planet is not destroyed, I can only hope that this log is found by someone. Good news, Commander McConnell. 40 minutes to live. I can hardly believe it. Those weird lumps are actually intelligent life. The ancients are Endurium, and we have spent hundreds of years hunting them to burn for fuel on our ships. Oh my god. Wow. I'm not going to lie. I did not anticipate that twist at all. Their metabolism is so much slower than ours that they live in an entirely different time framework. I don't think they even know we are sentient. I believe it was only because of a link through the crystal planet that contact was made at all. This crystal planet was their last defense. I can hardly blame them. Carbon-based life must have seemed something like a virus to them. Well, now we know the story of the virus. Just the same, I hope the explosion works. It looks like at this point it's us or them. McConnell out. Is there another entry? There's not. Well, record that one for posterity. Okay. Well, first things first. We're not going to pick up any more Endurium. I'm going to say, I've made my peace with the Endurium I've already collected. But it's time to stop with the Endurium. All right, we're going to launch and we're going to land at the coordinates where McConnell was in the hopes that we can get to the controls better that way. If indeed it's true that it's us or them with this crystal planet. Like, maybe we can also, given the sinister corporate corruption of Interstellar, I'm a little skeptical that we're going to be able to persuade anyone to give up the benefits of Endurium. All right, select site, 46 north, 45 east. So just straight north. A little bit to the north, we descend. It's entirely possible that we have to descend and then go south to the place that we just landed. But land there, but approach there, and that might make the thing appear. That might actually be the first thing I try here. Well, we'll just go a little south. And it'll be getting awful close now, so is there going to be a scan? Nope. Okay. some way we could communicate with them. All right, charge her back up. Get back out there. Look to the north. Hold on. Is there anything else on this map? Like, besides a whole lot of ancients of varying sizes. The ancients, they vary wildly in size, don't they? Some of them are like a cubic meter. Some of them are much bigger than that. Keeping a close eye on the energy. Got to turn back pretty soon. Well, there's a family of ancients up there. Well, let's go a little to the west. Did get a new scan in from doing that on our way back. My assumption, especially now that I know that the traditional ruin I found was actually like a crashed ship or an abandoned ship. Presumably an ancient ruin, makes sense, will be what I'm looking for. I guess we'll see. And Commander McConnell said he could see the controls from where he was. So, like, where are they, man? Okay, maybe I can go west enough for one more scan. This is as far as I can get right now. Nothing. Back. If it wasn't for the fact that I had just learned about how scummy the heads of Interstellar really are, raising the overall price of Endurium for everyone while initiating a family discount for friends and family of the executives where they pay an absurdly sub-market rate, I would think maybe I have to go back with this knowledge, and the ending is that we refocus on finding a way to coexist with the ancients. I think we can say we've certainly now had it proven to us that the Veloxi are not the direct descendants of the ancients. Man, did Commander McConnell have like some binoculars with him? He claimed to be able to see the controls. Okay. Okay, that's probably the last scan we're getting in here before I need to turn back. Don't be fooled by it looks like I'm very far from the ship compared to how much energy I have left, but when you're moving diagonally, you're actually the kilometers away goes down faster. All right. Well, let's look to the east. Would have been great if Commander McConnell had said, I can see the controls from here. 43 kilometers north by northwest or something. Well, I mean, a lot of our lingering questions have been answered. Like the why, hugely. The how. The crystal planet is not. Fair point, British. The fact that the image is the depiction of a stationary ruin does not by any means have to mean. And like, the crystal cone should be showing me. Oh, I just had a thought. A dangerous thing indeed. Okay, this is far east as I'm going on this. I just had a thought. Obviously, the crystal egg was flagging a very specific place. And I have scanners. Perhaps my scanners are enhanced and by the crystal cone and will actually detect the thing. Could happen. I didn't write down exactly. Alright. We gotta launch and re-land. Don't worry. We're certainly not at risk of running out of Endurium from these launches. Although now, you know, it's hard to give. I can't get as excited when I give Mr. Tixip the command to launch. Because that launch is going to cause a fair bit of death. Okay. There. I will land directly to the east of the demarcated point. I will try going down and scanning. Maybe that's the answer. It seems very possible that's the answer. If it is, I'm glad I didn't think of it prior to finding Commander McConnell's message. What I should have done though before I landed was made some note of. Scanner's the answer. It's going to be a tedious answer. But yeah, I should write down the coordinates before I test this theory at length. Thank you, Crystal Cone. It's very helpful. Okay. 38 north, 51 east are the precise coordinates. So we will go not that far west, or east, from there. 58 east, sure. We'll give it a shot. .38 north and 51 east. So, a little south, fair bit to the west. This is definitely a different position, I think, than I was scanning last time. So, that's something. Okay. We had a new scan, which reveals to us nothing. Is one of these Injurium lumps the control center? Probably not. Injurium lumps. I should not say that. And what about looking? Looking and scanning. Not producing different results. Okay. Okay. Just trying to get a sense of the boundaries here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, each coordinate is 36 spots. Okay, back to the lander with loads of fuel to spare. Pop back in, and I think I hear a cat informing me that they want a drink from the tap, which we just had before. They had lunch a little while ago. Makes sense. They feel dry. Hang tight, folks. I'll be right back. Nope. Turned out to be the kind of yowling that is saying, "Hey, I'm here doing something. I'm here." It was coming from downstairs, not upstairs, and there was no need attached to it. Okay. Well, what are we gonna do? Let's get back out there. We're gonna launch once more. To get a sense of how much territory can actually be covered by the center marked by the crystal cone. Because maybe it's not just 38 north, 51 east. If there's a larger section, it'd be worth looking around and, like, I don't know, if I just put the black egg down and leave, is it a bomb now? I don't know. I really don't. Okay. So yeah, 39 north, 51 east. But also 50 east. And 49. Okay, so hold on. 51. Okay, hold on. Okay, all the way to 52 east at one edge. 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46. Okay, yeah. 46, 45, all the way down to 45. It's a much larger area to search. And then back to the center. And try south. We can get down to 37. Wait, no. 37 is off it. 38 is the bottom. And the top is 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Okay, well, there's something. Let's go down at 45 north, 44 east. Now hold up. The middle of the north would be a little south of there. I want to land mid-north, so between 38 and 46. I can do this. 42. No, I think the node is... I'm looking for the controls. Because what the crystal cone does, and that's what I'm assuming is creating this this little guy here. The crystal cone is for finding the controls. The crystal egg, or the crystal orb, was for nullifying the defenses, which obviously we've done. And then it's drop a bomb, and the black egg is a powerful bomb. So those are the pieces. So, okay. 42 north, 44 east. I'll come in from the west. We'll see if, because it could be, I'm thinking right now, could either be that I wasn't exploring a large enough area and I will find an ancient ruin and that can allow me to initiate something. Or it might just literally be, let's jettison the black egg from the planetary lander, because it is in the planetary lander's inventory. And just drop it on the planet in the rough vicinity. It seems more likely, though, that there would be a ruin and that we'd leave the bombs... an ancient ruin, and we'd specifically leave the bomb there. I don't know, though. Okay, so 45 to 52 east. Did a scan. No ruins. A scan. No ruins. So when it goes to 53, I'm out of the area. Okay. So, what I'm going to do here is quite literally just go back and forth across this thing at the different northern coordinates. 45, 46. So 42 north, I can go all the way across the labeled area without finding anything. That's the center. Go, fuel up. Man, again, what a great twist. Or it is a twist, but it's all it's sort of a twist, it's sort of a reveal, because obviously what were the ancients has been a running question. Okay. I'm gonna go all the way down to 38. Did a scan. No ancient ruins. That's fine. And now we'll go across till we reach 53 east. Scanned. ancient ruins. Just ancients. Just loads of ancients. Okay. We're gonna make it back. Loads of energy to spare. So that's good. Now let's check the upper bound. 46 north. We should definitely have the fuel for this. Unless there's like an efficiency disaster in the northern bound here. And is this just... This is just what's his name's ruin, right? No. Because there's no message anymore. And also it's... Okay. No, 46 north, 45 east. This is his... Is his ruin just where I'm supposed to do this? Let's try it. Drop. Arm the device? Yes. Okay. Well, let's depart. Let's see what happens. Yes, let's launch. Now I dropped it beside that ruin, and maybe I was supposed to drop it directly in. Okay. Put my science officer hat on for a second. Do the scanners indicate anything good happening here? No, not captain. Navigator. Mr. Tick-Zip. Countdown. Boom. Planet obliterated. Incoming high priority message. It is with the sincerest gratitude from the people of Earth and the stockholders of Interstell that I can present to you and your heroic crew, the Interstell Medal of Sublime Achievement, the highest honor accorded to Interstell contractors. According to Interstell this award includes a special bonus of 500,000 monetary units when you return to Starport. Thank you for saving everything that we hold dear. Leave E. Malone, Chairman of Interstell. End transmission. And then does it just put me back in the sandbox? It does. A lousy medal and 500,000 monetary units. Oh, I'm gonna buy... I can only assume that I'm gonna be able to buy a shit ton of t-shirts with 500,000 monetary units. I believe that this is victory, but let's go back to Earth and see if there's anything else. Because, I'm absolutely... this absolutely strikes me as the kind of game that dumps you back in the sandbox and lets you play forever when you've won. And absolutely stopping the Crystal Planet is the win condition. Let's find out what happens when we go back to Starport. Probably just gives me all that money. Disembark. Maybe there's a notice also congratulating me. Might as well check. Nope. Really? They didn't even bother to post a notice of like, hey everyone, planet's saved. Well. We do have, they made good on the money. So obviously, even though I'm never going to use it. I am going to equip the Phoenix with the finest of everything. Whew, Class 5 missile launcher was expensive. Good thing I had the wiser plan of just fleeing the Ule. Boom. She's beautiful. She just needs a 10th cargo pod. Oh, wait. Now that I see where the cargo pods appear, I can see there's a total number that you can have. Boom. Look at her. She's beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll find out. I'm not going to do it right away. Obviously, I've been talking enough today about my immediate future plans that hopefully nobody thought I was going right to Starflight 2. But Starflight 2 is absolutely on the near future agenda. And I can't wait. And I guess when I read the manual for Starflight 2, maybe that will mention whether anything was ever found out. It seems likely they're still just going to be using Injurium as fuel. I hope they aren't, but like, what else is going to come along? And, you know, since we, at least, you know... Oh, British. Ultima 7 is almost certainly next Sunday, because I'm almost certainly going to beat Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire tomorrow. Ultima is just, it feels like if I'm only going to play it once a week, it feels like a Sunday game. Okay. Great. Promotions for the whole crew. We have hundreds of thousands of monetary units to spend on t-shirts that say, you know, I saved the galaxy, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. And then in tiny parentheses and smaller text, and 600,000, 500,000 monetary units. We have a horrifying secret that we may or may not share with the world. Yeah. Okay, so let's debrief. This game was awesome. I'm really glad that I went back and played it. And I think having already done Star Control 2, actually, it's nice to then go back and be like, oh, cool. And to see all that, to see how this laid the seeds of what Star Control 2 would do, and very, very successfully in a very similar way. And I know now from reading carefully a few non-spoilery articles about this game that Paul Feig's major contributions to this game, code-wise, I guess he was involved in the development of or maybe design-wise rather, because I don't know that he does that much programming, but he was largely involved in the development of the conversation system, which makes sense, since obviously when he went to do his own pass at it and Technology Advanced of it, he went even further with what you can do in a conversation with alien system. Getting away from the stance. Yeah, the save corruption is a real shame, although when you're warned about it, and then if you also knew precisely which folder GOG Galaxy was using, you can get around that. So, like, I had to start the whole game over pretty early because I was backing up not the cloud version, not from the cloud folder that was actually storing my save, but from the main folder that just had a pure, virgin snow version of the game. So I restored the save when it got corrupted by that copyright app disaster, and found myself back at the start. I had to start all over again. Fortunately, it was early enough. At the time, I was really on the fence. I took an intermission to feed my cats, but also to just see if my soul could bear to keep on trying. And it turned out it could, and I'm glad, because it took very little time to get back on track, and this was a really rewarding experience. Great story, and just such a cool, and I read a thing where Greg Johnson said, like, I really didn't know what I was doing. We didn't know what we were doing, and we just had, like, when he looks back on it, he can see that he just stumbled on a way of laying out the story that allowed, like, a freeform sandbox exploration and mining game to have this big grand story that comes to you, the player, in its own way, depending on what you decided to do and who you were able to make friendships with and who you angered. I didn't meet all the aliens. There was a whole circle of influence that I never flew into, and I was out of names of aliens that I had heard of. I never learned how to talk to the binary aliens. There's so much cool stuff that next week I'll be able to tell you about, because I'm going to go read about it, learn more. That is definitely I want to drink you out, but you're going to have to hold on, sweetie, because might as well finish this up, finish my debrief. Yeah. Most of the things that made Star Control 2 so great are here in prototype form. And I think that ultimately, like, which story you think is better is a totally fair, matter of preference. This is an excellent story. So is Star Control 2. They both have that kind of mix of, the aliens are mostly kind of silly, but they're still thoroughly thought out and characterized, and the silliness of the universe does not overwhelm the seriousness of the plot. Like the game's the CRPG Addict, plug for that. That's a great blog, crpgaddict.blogspot.com. I don't know what he said about this because I haven't read his articles yet in detail, but I know when he played Star Control 2, he's a serious guy who wants a serious story, and he's like, I wish the game took itself more seriously. But both in this game and in the other one, I think the games take their plots and their worlds very seriously, and the silliness and the whimsy is integrated into a whole that, to me, makes it not silly. Like, the game not taking itself seriously would be if the plot was goofy and stupid, or if it didn't all hold together and the characterizations were arbitrary, or if they were making a bunch of weird pop culture references or something. To me, this was a very, very serious game, even when the Veloxy are goofy and there's the message board is being used as a dating app by the Eloan and all this kind of stuff. Excellent story. Really cool systems, like obviously like hugely innovative and influential beyond just the games like most like Star Control 2, but also I've heard that there's a handful of other games that kind of don't nearly as well but imitate it pretty directly that I've heard of through the CRPG Addict blog. But then you can also see how its influence plays out. Like, I'd be shocked if the No Man's Sky guys have never played Starflight, for instance. I've never played. No, I've watched a few people play No Man's Sky, but even just in the watching a video of No Man's Sky and seeing how part of the charm is landing on a planet and it looks cool, like that's there in the when you're reading the text descriptions of what the planets are like. It's the same kind of thing where you're like, oh wow, this you got to use your imagination, but it looks crazy. It looks alien in a really cool way. It doesn't overstay its welcome. I saw, just when I launched for the last time, I had just crossed the 30 hours of playtime mark, and that included a restart. And also, I'm narrating. A fair bit of my playtime is actually not doing anything while I say things out loud to the viewers, to the folks at home. Yeah. Just a really cool little game. And, there's a whole lot of, assuming there's not going to be a nuclear apocalypse anytime soon, involved in when I talk about the future plans of this stream, but Starflight 2, Trade Routes of the Cloud Nebula, absolutely part of that plan, as is checking out more Star Control 3, much maligned, but I'm curious about it. Might check out Star Control Origins one day. Eventually, Pebby, if you can hear me, Urquan Masters 2, Ghosts of the Precursors, if they're still calling it that, will be done. I'm excited for that, to experience this again. And quite frankly, if anyone has any recommendations of games that I haven't heard of yet that are like Starflight, drop them here, drop them in a whisper, come back next week, come to the Discord, whatever. Let me know about them. Really great game. Excellent. What else should I say? What else is worth commenting on? I said many times in the course of the game, but for a game that is obviously, especially for its time, pretty complex, really, really, really effective and simple controls. Most of the time, you could have played this game with a one-button joystick, except for space combat. The only time that the spacebar and the enter key aren't duplicative of each other. Everywhere else in the game, one button, one confirm button, and the 8 directions. And you get all of this out of it. Really cool stuff. I'm really, really glad I played this. Really glad that you folks were able to join me. And anyone else who did join me who isn't here hearing me say this right now. Wing Commander Privateer. I mean, obviously I've heard of the Wing Commander games. But okay. Is that a spin-off? Or is that one of the mainline series? I know that I've played some Wing Commander. Specifically, it took a while for me to reconstruct the memory. But once at my uncle's, in his basement, I found a computer game and got it running on his computer. A lot of my earliest getting a chance to just play with a computer by myself, like not at a friend's house, was at my uncle's house. Okay. Then I got to read about this Wing Commander Privateer. Because yeah, the one Wing Commander I know that I played must have been one of the early ones. And I only confirmed this recently by buying the first 2 Wing Commanders. And I didn't play for longer than like 10 minutes because I didn't feel like messing around to figure out where the CPU cycles were supposed to be, because they certainly weren't supposed to be the default that the emulator chose. But I fired it up and was like, oh, okay, yep. Because the things that I remembered was that it was space combat missions, but that then there was like a hub with, you could go around to the different places at the starbase, and I had these vague memories of the graphics, and I could never be sure what it was. And I confirmed it was Wing Commander, but I have to look into this Wing Commander Privateer for sure. All right. Well, like I said, I think I'm probably just, I upgraded the ship just because, and not because I actually plan to go kill the Ulek now that I have better weapons. Nonetheless, I will save this properly, just in case I ever get tempted to go see those aliens in the one circle I never went to, or try to figure out how to talk to the binary things. Probably I won't, but just in case. And yeah, here we are. So, tomorrow, probably get to, if you're interested, you can probably see me have another glorious victory as I dive in to the, clearly at the climactic sequences of Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire. So I'm excited for that. Excited to take that one home. And then, that's a clean slate. Meaning that the following weekend, what I can say for sure, assuming that all goes according to plan, let me knock on wood here. Assuming all goes according to plan with Quest for Glory 2 tomorrow, then I hear a lot of that, Jimmy. I hear that a lot of people are like between 2 and 4. Those are the ones that seem to stand out. I am absolutely loving Quest for Glory 2, and I'm very excited for 4. Not only because I've heard the hype about it, but because I know that it's voice acted and that John Rhys Davies is the narrator, which just sounds like it's gonna be awesome. But yeah, excited for that one day. But probably I will beat Quest for Glory 2 tomorrow, and then start Ultima 7 The Black Gate next Sunday. Next Saturday is not nailed down yet, although I'm leaning towards, like I said, the Adventures of Lolo, or Eggerland games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. One of which I can play legit through Switch Online. Two of which I don't feel bad about emulating because I have them on my Wii. So, like, I know I bought them when I had the chance to buy them. And also, it's just absurd that Nintendo has the relationship they have with HAL Laboratories, and they've really done some real bottom-of-the-barrel scraping sometimes for these Switch Online updates, the new games you get. And they haven't given us Lolo 2 and Lolo 3. And I also get offended sometimes, like whenever a new Box Boy game comes out. I really enjoy Box Boy, so don't take this personally if any HAL Laboratories staff are watching right now. Box Boy games are cool. But their very existence shows, I think, and their success shows that HAL Laboratories could just be making new Lolo games to sell on the eShop and they would be popular, and they just don't do it. Why? The Lolo games are so good. Just give me more Lolo. But anyway, so that's what I'm thinking I'll do next Saturday, but maybe I'll have another whim and it'll be something else. And you can either find out when I add it to the schedule and I start streaming it here, or you can join the Discord, folks. I got a 58 Dream Street Discord server. More than happy to have anybody join us. We talk about things, but also I will announce any announcements that I have related to the stream there. You can also check out on YouTube. I do not have my old back catalog up yet, but bit by bit it's getting there. And I got to start releasing the Star Control 2 Let's Play, or playthrough, long play, and this, which isn't that long. It was only 9 episodes. Start trying to get those up. Keep on releasing the Ultima ones. And eventually I'll be caught up on the backlog, and then it's not so hard to just edit 4 videos a week. I'll get there. Time will tell. Tuesday evening, me and my buddy Greg, if all goes according to plan, knock upon wood, we'll pick back up playing Downtown Neketsu's special historical period drama. The lesser-known direct sequel to River City Ransom, or Downtown Neketsu Story. On Wednesday, I'll be diving back into Chrono Cross, reminded of the things that I need to do to get past the things that I'm stuck on, so I'm at least getting into the end game, if not beating it this Wednesday. So there's lots of exciting stuff going on, and I hope you'll join me. And if you don't want to, that's okay too. I'll see you back whenever I get to Starflight 2. So yeah, if you stuck around to the end, especially this part where it's me talking and there's a Starfield graphic, thank you for sticking around to the end. If you didn't, you can't hear my voice, but I'm still glad that you stopped by, so thank you. And until the next time that we're all somewhere in the galaxy together at the same time, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.